Good day! Are we digitally ready? This is a question that teachers and learners are probably asking right now. With the advent of DepEd's Digital Rights program, the Open Educational Resources, or OER, was woven together and finally realized. This project prioritizes the necessity to enhance the digital literacy skills of every teacher and learner in the country. Our OER mission is to connect the disconnected. OER is indeed an innovative initiative with a lofty aim to get disconnected schools and last-mile schools connected through ICT even without an internet connection.
It is designed to cater to the need of these schools for interactivity, digitalization, and delivery of 21st century skills that will ensure that every learner is future ready. Join us in another training workshop and learn more about open educational resources, whose primary purpose is to provide support and assistance to learners and teachers in this rapid advancement of technology. Our goal is to build and strengthen the capabilities of public and private teachers, school heads, and supervisors by teaching you to create and design interactive, localized, and contextualized instructional materials for teaching using basic, advanced, and proficiency software and tools. Surely, this will be another exciting and engaging webinar training workshop. Together, let's all rise amidst this crisis. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong, ito kalidad!
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ayan. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa ating panibagong edisyon ng ETUlay online tutorial. So, ngayon po ay Biyernes. Matalino Friday po tayo ngayon. Okay, so, for our slot po ngayon, ako po ang inyong tutor, si Tutor Janet, para sa 3 p.m. to 3:40. So, ako po ay magtuturo ngayon ng Math 9. So, katuloy pa rin po ito ng geometry. So we're still talking about quadrilaterals. But specifically, ang quadrilateral po na pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay yung trapezoid at saka yung kite. So we will be focusing on these two special quadrilaterals, trapezoids and kites. Okay, so ang aking pong ginamit na module ay yun na po nakikita ninyo sa DepEd Commons. So iniimbitahan ko po kayo mga magulang, mga estudyante na bisitahin po ang ating DepEd Commons. Uploaded na po ang mga module para sa Week 3. So tayo po ngayon ay nasa ikatlong linggo ng Abril at nagkataon din po ito po ang ating pangatlong week sa quarter na ito. Okay, so atin na po umpisahan. Okay, so for Week 3, ang ating pong intention ngayon or ang ating objective at the end of this tutorial, you will be able to, una po sa lahat, we will be proving again some theorems, but this time, so medyo marami po tayong topic actually. Kung bibilangin po natin yung competency, meron po tayong 5 competency para sa week na ito, kasi we'll be proving theorems on trapezoid, theorems on isosceles trapezoid, theorems on kites, and meron din po tayong solving problems related to trapezoid and kite. So yan po ang ating objective. So susubukan po natin na ma-achieve lahat ng mga objectives na yan para sa ikatlong linggong ito. So samahan niyo po ako. So welcome po sa ating mga manonood mula sa, so kakatuwa naman, meron tayong nanonood mula sa Nueva Ecija, Palasinan Elementary School. Hello po, Teacher Eva. So I'm assuming kayo po ay isang teacher sa elementary school na yan. So welcome po sa atin. So surprisingly, lumalawak na po ang ating mga audience, online participants. Okay po? So tuloy na po natin. So gusto ko pong balikan natin yung tinatawag nating polygon hierarchy. So ito po yung sa kasalukuyan. So even when I was still a high school student, ito po yung tinuturing ko na hierarchy na kung paano natin kinaklasify ang mga quadrilaterals. Okay, so balik lang po tayo doon. Okay, na-preempt. Ayan. So nakaraan po, diniscuss po natin yung special parallelograms, rectangles, rhombus, squares, and kites. Pero nung ako po'y nag-aaral sa graduate studies, nagulat po ako. So isa sa mga professor ko po sa math, sinabi niya, hindi daw yun yung tamang hierarchy. So, sinasabi niya na ang trapezoid, so hindi ko talaga siya ma-swallow that time kasi that was around 2017 nung nagkaroon po ako ng subject na high school geometry from an advanced point of view. So, sinasabi niya daw na ang parallelogram ay isa rin pong trapezoid. So, yan po yung kanyang sinabi sa amin, sa isa sa aming mga discussion. So, geometry siya. So, syempre, binis ko dun sa kung ano natutunan ko before. So, ito pala ay talaga naman na, kumbaga kung babasahin po natin yung mga current blogs about geometry, meron na po pala talagang pagtatalo about the names that we give for special quadrilaterals. So, yung binigay ko po kanina, balikan natin, yan. Okay, alam po. Ayan. So, yan po yung hierarchy na sinusunod po rin natin sa Philippines. So, we believe that there are only 3 kinds of parallelograms or 3 special parallelograms, rectangles, rhombus, squares. So, nakahiwalay po sa kabilang side, nandoon po yung trapezoid, at isa lamang po ang kanyang nasa ilalim, o yung sa genealogy, isa lang yung anak niya, isosceles trapezoid. So, pero, doon nga po sa mga nabasa ko, kasi nag-research na rin po ako dahil nga, sabi ko, that time, nakaka-brain warp, hindi ko siya talaga maintindihan. Bakit pwede nating ituring na ang parallelogram ay isang trapezoid? So, let me give you some background on that. So, base dun sa aking mga nabasa about trapezoids. So, doon pala sa British, so meron na siguro nakakaalam nito. So, shout out dun sa mga nakakaalam niyan, na meron tayong confusion dun sa name. So, sa British, so exactly opposite kasi yung pagtawag nila dun sa nire-refer natin na trapezoid. Sa British, so ito yung hindi natin sinusunod. So, ang trapezoid is a quadrilateral with no sides parallel. So, yan po yung mga tinatawag natin sa karaniwang term na general quadrilateral. So, scalene siya or irregular quadrilateral. So, sa kanila, sa British, trapezium ang tawag nila doon sa kinikilala natin dito na trapezoid. So, ayan, sa USA nga, ito yung sinusunod ng karamihan sa mga libro natin. So, ang quadrilateral with no sides parallel, we refer to it as trapezium. Tapos naman, kapag with one pair of parallel sides, we call that trapezoid. So, may mga, so base na rin sa mga natutunan ko dun sa klase na yon, may mga lugar na hindi naniniwala. They don't feel that is a good definition for trapezoid. So, particularly, itong definition na tinutukoy ko, yung gumagamit lang ng trapezoid is defined as a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. So some people from the north, so particularly sa Canada, so they don't believe in this definition. So para sa kanila, it's a debatable. So hindi po, wala pong kaugnayan yung table na yan. So doon sa debatable. So sinasabi ko lamang po na up to this point, so sa ibang bahagi ng mundo, hindi nila tinatanggap yung definition na yun ng trapezoid. So you can see on your screen a blog that you can read para mas maintindihan nyo yung sinasabi ko. Bakit siya? Pero ang gist nito, ito yung pinaka na-highlight doon. Sinasabi niya na ang rectangle, no, kasama siya, at ang square, kasama siya sa classification ng trapezoid. So, yun yung nasa blog ni Mr. Chase. Okay? So, sabi ko talagang, up to this point, hindi talaga natatapos yung debate. Kung ano itatawag natin doon sa trapezoid ba talaga siya kapag one pair lang, or at least, kasi doon nagkakaroon ng pagkakaiba. So, sa Canada, yung sabi ko ngayon from the north, they believe na ganito ang classification natin dapat sa mga trapezoids. So, may isosceles trapezoid, may rectangle, may square. Kung three sides are equal, we will call it a square. Okay? So, ngayon, so with that in mind, balikan din natin, siyempre, sino ba ang ating kinikilalang father of geometry. So, ano naman ang point of view dito ni Euclid? So, in his book, One of Elements, so yung ginagamit ng mga nagsulat din ng libro sa geometry, this is the foundation of their discourse on geometry. So, yung word pala na trapeze, so trapeze, di ba? Doon nanggaling, actually, yung etymology ng trapeze, doon siya nanggaling sa word na trapeze. So, ang sinasabi nila, wala namang tinutukoy si Euclid, so exclusive kasi ang kanyang mga hierarchy na ginagamit. Wala siyang tinatawag na trapezium or trapezoid. So, sa kanya, there are just square, oblong, o yung kinikilala nating rectangle, tapos rhomboid. Okay? So, wala siyang classification for trapeze or trapeze. Okay? So, yan. So, yun po yung mga nabasa ko. So, kung gusto nyo balikan siya, yun nga, visit the site that I mentioned kanina. Okay. So, let's go now to, so ano ba yung essential lang na dapat nating maintindihan about trapezoid? So, basically, yung strict trapezoid na tinutukoy natin has bases. So, this one, A, B, C, D is our quadrilateral. So, this is quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So, sinasabi natin that the base A, B, and C, D are parallel. So, ang tawag natin dun sa sides na parallel sa isa't isa are the bases. So, we have the upper base and the lower base. Tapos, ang tawag natin dun sa side AC, ito, okay, yung hindi straight. Okay, let's go back to that. So, AC is what we call the leg. The first leg, at yung sa kabila niya, ang tawag din natin yung slanting side na yan, BD, is also another leg. So, a secondary part of trapezoid is median. So, median is, as illustrated here, parallel to the base, and it contains, so its endpoints are the midpoint of the two legs. So, yun yung secondary part ng trapezoid. Ang primary part niya is the base, okay, or the two bases, the upper base, itong AB yung upper base, CD is the lower base, the two legs, okay, yung nakaslant na AC at saka yung sa kabila niya BD, those are the legs, and the secondary part is the median. We also have angles, so we have actually two pairs of base angles. So the upper base angles, itong nandito sa angle A, tapos angle B kasama niya sa upper base, and then we also have the lower base angle, angle C and angle B. Okay, so yun yung parts ng trapezoid. So we have also a formula for the median. So it's a formula alert, you remember, to get the median, the length of the median is equal to 1/2 of the two bases, so base 1 plus base 2. Okay, so in other words, we're getting the arithmetic mean of the base. So let's have another example para mas ma-distinguish na alin ba yung legs, alin ba yung base, okay, alin ang lower base angles and upper base angles. So let's have quadrilateral worm. So quadrilateral worm has legs WM, okay, so as what I said, this is the two legs, WM and AR. So yung sa kabila niya, yun yung sa pang legs. While the bases are the parallel sides. So sabi natin, the parallel sides here are WA and MR. So ang tawag natin sa WA at MR are the bases. Okay? So as what I said, meron tayong two pairs of base angles. So the first pair are the lower base angles, angle WMR and angle ARM or angle ARM. Okay, yun yung nasa babang base. Tapos naman yung nasa taas na MWA and rho, okay, or RAW, those are the upper base angles. Okay, so yun ang primary part ng trapezoid. Okay, we also have the median. So let's say this is pH, so warmth, para makabuo tayo ng word warmth. So ang tawag natin dun sa pH is our median. So the median is a segment joining the midpoints of the legs of the trapezoid. Okay, so actually we have what we call the median of a trapezoid theorem. So medyo mahaba kasi yung proof nun. So with limited time, I opted to skip that kasi may kaugnayan din naman siya sa midline theorem for triangle. So I would go to theorems na maggamit natin later sa iba pang problem solving. Okay? Specifically, the latter theorems included for trapezoid. Okay? So let's have other properties later. So ito muna, as review, tingnan nga natin. So tingnan natin ang participation ng ating mga onliners. Okay? So sabi dito, yung additional point, ayan, nakita ko agad si Akihiro, active uli siya. Hello Akihiro, shout out sa'yo. So super confusing po talaga yung teacher. Okay? So nag-agree siya. Siguro na-encounter niya na rin yung ganung confusion sa kakaroon natin ng classification kung ang tatawag ba natin sa rectangle ay pwede rin siyang matawag na trapezoid. Okay? Okay. So, dito tayo, so sabi niya rin, paano mahirap i-discuss niyan sa bata kasi may history na kasama. Okay. Pero I believe, Sir Akihiro, na importante na ma-appreciate ng bata kasi, di ba, yung si Euclid, so we value his contribution, pero just the same, may mga binabago tayo na, and there are some reasons bakit natin binabago yung mga, bakit natin siya ginawang mas inclusive. So sinama na natin na ang square ay pwedeng rectangle at rhombus. Para when we prove theorems, kumbaga nagkakascade siya na pwede rin pala yun for square. Yung pwede sa rhombus, pwede rin sa square. Yung pwede sa rectangle, pwede rin sa square. So I think that's what we can get out of it. Pero yung sa trapezoid, yan. So it's still an ongoing debate. Okay, so ayan. So hello po sa mga nakikinig. So sana po sagutan niyo po yung unang question ko para sa araw na ito. Ayan. So, meron po tayo dito. Figure 1 and Figure 2, I got this as what I said sa ating pong naka-upload na module sa DepEd Commons. So, pwede nyo pong bisitahin ang ating DepEd Commons para po makita niyo talaga yung mga questions na nandoon. Okay? So, ito po siya. Figure 1, ito yan. So, still trapezoid ABCD ang Figure 1. Okay? So, with bases A and B, so these are the bases. Okay? Yung small letter A is the upper base and the small letter B is the lower base. So, ano ngayon ang segment na itatawag natin for the bases? So, I want you to name, so, basahin ko po yung mga comment ninyo. Ano ang ini-name natin na bases dito sa Figure 1? Okay, so, ayan. Hintayin natin yung mga sagot nila. Ayan. In Figure 1, ano ang mga bases? Okay. So, hello sa ating mga online participants. Hintayin ko po yung inyong sagot. Which are the bases in our first figure? So, the figure that includes trapezoid A, B, C, D. Okay. So, kasi yung figure 2, it's actually trapezoid cos. Ayan siya. Pero ang focus natin ngayon is trapezoid ABCD muna. Ano ang base ng trapezoid ABCD? Okay. Ayan. Tayo natin. Okay. Ano po ang base natin dito? Based from the definition, sabi, the definition is the sides that are parallel to each other for straight trapezoid. So, yun ang tatawag na lang natin dun sa tinutukoy natin talaga na trapezoid. Yung straightly trapezoid, ano ang mga bases niya? Yun yung parallel sa isa't isa. Okay. Sabi ni Sophia, hello Sophia. So, we have another listener right now and active participant at this point. Sophia, sabi niya, side DC and side AB. So, we will call it side, not align. So, side CD or side DC and side AB. Let us see, Sophia, if your answer is correct. Okay. Ayan. So, tama si Sofia. The bases of the first trapezoid ABCD are sides DC and AB. So, let's go to the next figure. So, for figure 2, yung pwedeng tawagin na trapezoid cos or trapezoid kung kayo ay mga mahilig sa opa shock. Okay, trapezoid shock. But I called it in the same manner na kung paano ko na lang nilabel siya. Cos. K-O-E-S. Okay, what naman in this case are the bases of our given trapezoid? So, let's see. Okay, so hintayin natin yung sagot nila. What are the bases of our trapezoid here? Okay. So, ganun pa rin. So, same concept. So, bases are the parallel sides. So, the pair of parallel sides here are, so parehas lang sa correspondence na yan. So, side SE and side KO. Okay, yun po yung tamang sagot para sa ating second question. Now, for the third question, let us now have another primary part. So, kung meron tayong base, we have now in figure number 1, which sides are the legs? Okay, so ayan. So, may sagot na agad si Sofia. Sabi niya, side. Okay, yun yung para sa previous, side SE and side KO. Okay, so dito, in figure 1, go back to figure 1, we still have trapezoid ABCD. What are the legs? Okay. Nag-aantay po ako sa inyong kasagutan, mga minamahal naming estudyante at mga magulang. Welcome po sa ating ETUlay. So, sana po ay samahan ninyo kami hanggang sa dulo ng ating session para sa week na ito. So, hanggang bukas po, meron tayo yan. Tuloy-tuloy po ang ating. So, ayan, may sagot na si Sofia. So, sabi niya, side DA and side CB. Tingnan nga natin. Okay, may iba pa bang sagot mula sa ibang participants? Sabi ni, the legs are, okay, the same answer. Very good, Noriel and Sofia. You are both correct. So, in figure 1, DA, yung hindi parallel. So, sa strict trapezoid sila yung non-parallel sides are called the legs of our trapezoid. DA and CB. Okay, figure 2. Okay, so ganun ulit. Ano naman ang legs nitong trapezoid KOES? Okay, what will be the trapezoid's KOES legs? Okay, dalawa po ulit. So, hintayin natin yung sagot nila para sa figure 2, ano ang legs ng trapezoid KOES. Okay. Yan, si Giselle, nagsagot siya para pa rin doon sa figure 1. So, I know kasi binigay niya ay DA and CB. So, si Giselle, nakahabol siya ulit. Meron tayo ngayong mabilis keyboard warrior for today. So, sabi niya, SK and EO. Very good. So, in this case, kung papansin niyo yung ating isosceles trapezoid, madali nating madidistinguish yung legs kasi nakamark siya. So, sa isosceles trapezoid shock, or as what I said, KOES, parehas lang yan, ang nakamark na congruent sides, SK and EO, so hindi lang sagot ni Sofia, thank you Sofia, yan ay parehas na tinatawag natin legs ng isosceles trapezoid natin. Okay, so last question about figure 1 and 2. What can you say or what you notice about both quadrilaterals? So ano mapapansin natin? So, pwede natin i-compare or pwede natin bigay yung ano yung pagkakaparehas nila. Okay, so ang sagot ay, hintayin natin. So ano, sa difference muna, anong mapapansin ninyong pagkakaiba ng ABCD, trapezoid ABCD, and trapezoid KOES? Okay, so hintayin natin ang inyong mga sagot. Okay, so pansinin natin, parehas silang merong pairs of parallel sides. So dito, DC and AB sa kabila sa figure 2, SE and KO. Okay. So, ang mapapansin natin, so medyo natatagalan sila at end. So, ang mapapansin natin doon, yung isa, trapezoid lang siya, we will call it simply as trapezoid. And the other one is an isosceles trapezoid. So, yung worm, okay, let's assume that worm is an ordinary trapezoid as well. So, okay. So, ang binanggit ko kanina, na definition ng median of a trapezoid is the line segment that is parallel to the bases, the length of which is equal to half the sum of the lengths of the bases. So, yan po yun. Yung TH kanina, ayan, nag-appear na siya, TH. So, warmth na talaga siya. Ayan, ramdam na ramdam ko yung warmth. Okay, salamat sa mga nagsasagot. So, yung TH, in this case, yun yung tinutukoy natin na median ng trapezoid WARM. So, according to the theorem, so the first theorem that we have is the median of a trapezoid theorem. This segment is always parallel to the two bases and its length is just equal to the arithmetic mean, or pag sinabi natin arithmetic mean, parang average ng dalawang length ng bases. Okay, yun po siya. Okay, next. So, ano pa ba yung ibang theorem na pwede nating maisama dito sa under competency na ito? Meron din tayong theorem only for isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so the first theorem only for isosceles trapezoid is, okay, ito po. If a trapezoid is isosceles, then each pair of base angles are congruent. Okay, so yung tinutukoy natin, di ba kanina nung iniisa-isa natin yung parts, meron tayong two pairs of base angles. The upper base angle and the lower base angle. So according to the first theorem, only for isosceles triangle po, at least take note, this is for isosceles triangle. Kung ang given daw ay isosceles trapezoid, dapat each pair of base angles are congruent. Okay, so yan po yung first. Okay, sumunod, yan, ito po yung aking bibigyan ng, kumbaga medyo mas bibigyan natin ng pansin ito. Second theorem for isosceles triangle, kasi mas maiksi po siya. So, para din po for time constraint. So, I considered kung ano yung mas magiging kapakipakinabang para sa atin about when you go to grade 10, you will hear about cyclic quadrilateral. So, itinilay yung tinignan kung reason kaya ito yung i-discuss natin. Okay, so according to the second theorem for isosceles triangle, if a trapezoid is isosceles, then opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, so ito po yung proof niyan. Bakit nagiging supplementary? Maiksi lang po yung proof ng ating second theorem for isosceles trapezoid. Ayan po siya. Okay, so according to our figure here, so just because it's short, madali rin pong intindihan. In fact, you can use informal manner of proving this theorem. So sabi, meron tayong isosceles trapezoid as marked. So, angle DAB or DAB is congruent to angle CBA. So, in the same manner, yung upper base angles natin na angle ABC daw at saka angle BCB in this figure are also congruent. So, ayan, ang ginamit lang niya ay one letter. So, angle A and angle B for the lower base angles, angle B and angle C for the upper base angles. So, dahil nga yun ang definition natin ng isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so, and one of the theorems that were mentioned also, these two are always congruent, yung D at saka C, at saka angles A at saka B. Now, since you know na parallel siya, dahil nga po trapezoid, we have strictly defined it as one pair, kung strict definition, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So this one, parallel siya. So because of, babalik tayo dun sa lesson ninyo ng grade 8. Yan. So dahil nga po, angle B and angle A, and also angle B and angle C are angles on the same side. Okay? Interior angles on the same side of our transversal. So yung transversal na una, itong transversal na to. Tapos sa kabila yung transversal na BC. So yun yung basehan natin, kaya pwede natin sabihin that they are supplementary. Then just use transitivity, you can also already conclude na dahil nga D is equal to C, angle D is equal to angle C, yung measure nila ay equal. So pwede rin by transitivity na angle A is supplementary rin sa C. Kasi supplementary sa D by transitivity, pwede rin siya maging supplementary sa C. Same thing with angle B and D. They're also supplementary kasi nga, itong ano na to, B and C are supplementary. They are dun sa pinanggalingan na parallel lines. Same side of the interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. But since angle B is congruent to angle C by transitivity, pwede rin natin sabihin that B and D are supplementary. Okay? Or ang ginamit dyan ay substitution. Okay? So, yan po yung proof ng second theorem. Okay, let's go now. Ayan yung link. So, pwede nyo pong screenshot yung link para babalikan nyo siya. So, it's a very important. Kasi, bakit ko siya sinasabing important? When you go to grade 10, so you will hear about what we call cyclic quadrilaterals. According to what I have read also, another blog about this kind of quadrilaterals, there are only specific quadrilaterals that we can inscribe in a circle. Ano yun? So, ayan, obvious na. Yung parallelogram na trapezoid, parallelogram na square, at saka rectangle. Okay, ano pa? Pwede rin daw ang kite. Ayan, i-lesson natin later, kite. So, there are specific kites na pwede mong ma-inscribe in a circle. But, ano yung hindi na isama? Ang rhombus, not all rhombus daw, cannot be inscribed in a circle. Or rather, not all rhombus can be inscribed in a circle. Some rhombus cannot be inscribed in a circle. So, yan po yung mga specific quadrilaterals lang. So, trapezoid, as what I said, trapezoid can also be inscribed in a circle. Specifically, sure na agad yan, pag isosceles trapezoid, pwede siyang ma-inscribe in a circle. Okay, pwedeng yung kanyang diameter, yung diameter ng circle, yun mismo yung longer base. Okay? Now, let's go to our last theorem that we will prove also, the third theorem for isosceles triangle. So, parang may flashback to. Yung diniscuss natin nung last week, di ba po, last week nag-discuss tayo about proving rectangles, diagonals, congruent. So, dito naman, sa theorem natin previously, okay, balikan natin yun. If a trapezoid is isosceles, then the diagonals are congruent. So, pareha sila ng property. Probably, it is one of the consideration bakit may mga ibang tao na nagkiklaim nga na probably parallelogram is under the classification of trapezoid. Kasi may mga properties na mababasa natin na parehas ng properties ng parallelogram. Okay, but as what I said, wala pa pong closure dun sa issue na yun. Okay? So, ayan. So, this is from mathbits.com. So, yung module po na ginamit ko, yan din yung kanyang naging reference. So, nandun yung HTML. Later, i-share ko rin po. Okay, so ano yung way natin to prove it? So, para rin pag-atake natin ng proving natin kung pinoprove natin that diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Okay? So, kasi, di ba, meron na tayong property na established. Angle B is supplementary to angle A. So, yung opposite angle din na angle A is supplementary to angle C. Okay, yung consecutive angles din ng C and B, they are supplementary. So, in the same manner, angle B and angle B are supplementary. So, okay, so ano ngayon ang magiging effect nun? So, since we're talking of isosceles triangle, so hahanap tayo ngayon ng triangle na mag-overlap. Okay, in this case, ano yung mag-overlap dyan? Dito yon sa CD. Okay, so triangles na mag-overlap sa CD. And then, we will be able to prove by CP-CTC that side AC ng isang triangle is congruent to side B. Okay, let me illustrate the proof. Okay, first, ito yung ating given. We are given isosceles trapezoid ABCD. Since it is our proving the third theorem about isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so we are going to prove that the diagonals of this isosceles trapezoid are always congruent. So AC is congruent to BD. Okay, so yan po. So kagaya ng sinabi ko, meron na tayong idea na meron tayong dalawang base angles, angles DAB and angles CBA. They are base angles of our isosceles trapezoid. So there are one pair of base angles, in fact, meron pang isa. So one of the pair of base angles of our isosceles trapezoid, and they are congruent because that is how we define also isosceles trapezoid. Okay? So dapat base angles na ay congruent, and also the legs are congruent. Okay? So now, so we have statement number 3. Segment AB is parallel to segment CD, or side AB is parallel to side CD. Okay, ano yung reason? Bases of a trapezoid are parallel. That is how we define a trapezoid. Okay, pero pag isosceles trapezoid na, leg AB is congruent to leg BC. So, ilan na yung na-prove natin na congruent? Okay, so meron na tayong angle, meron na tayong dalawang side. So, yung legs are congruent, AB and BC are congruent, and then by reflexive property, ito yung involved pala natin yung lower base, I stand corrected, AB yung common nila. So, because we're proving triangle DOB tsaka triangle CBA. So, in this case, to be congruent. So, by reflexive property, we know that AB is equal to AB. Or segment AB is congruent to segment AB. Okay, statement number 6. Ayan. So, sabi ko nga, tatlo yun na yung na-prove natin. So, we were able to successfully illustrate that triangle DOB is congruent to triangle CBA by SAS postulate. Therefore, so kagaya nung last natin na ano dun sa rectangle, di ba, ang last natin na reason by CPCTC, we can conclude that, okay, AC is congruent to BD. That is by CPCTC. Next. So, yun ang ating mga theorems. Let us try now to apply this theorem. So, let's have a drill. So, hello po. Good afternoon sa mga nanonood sa ating bagong nag-comment. Si Po Kiko de la Fuente. Hello, sir. So, welcome po sa ETUlay. So, salamat po sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Okay, so meron tayo ngayong panibagong trapezoid. So, we have trapezoid H, J, K, L. So, this time it is labeled this way. H, J, K, L. So, sabi daw, H, J is 14 units, L, K is 42 units. So, find ES. Ano po ang sagot niyo doon? What is the length of ES? Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Okay. Yan. So, sana sumagot po kayo. Yan, ayan po. So, ang gagamitin natin yung unang theorem about trapezoid. So, ano yung unang theorem? Sabi natin, so, if you're given median TS, so median yung TS, we will find its length by getting the half of the sum of the two bases, HJ and LK. So, therefore, what is the value of distance TS? Okay, ano po ang sagot niyo dyan? Okay, meron na sa number 1. Ayan, nabasa ko na si Akihiro. Sabi niya, 28. Okay, do you agree with Akihiro? Thank you, sir, sa yung active participation. Ayan. Salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta po sa akin sa ETUlay. So, sana sinishare niyo rin po ito sa inyong mga estudyante. Sabi ni Giselle, 24. Okay. So, magkaiba sila ng sagot. Baka sa sa paggamit ng formula. So, remember our formula, napakasimple lang, get the arithmetic mean, or ang ibang way natin to call arithmetic mean. Kasi, ginagamit ko na siya para pagdating natin ng idea sa next mga 2 topics from now when we reach right triangle. Meron kasing geometric mean. So, ngayon, ang ginagamit natin sa trapezoid, arithmetic mean. Or, pinag-add mo silang dalawa, then divide by 2. Okay, so ano ang sagot natin? Let us see. The correct answer po there is, okay, sorry, nag-skip na naman ako. Ayan po. Ang sagot po dyan ay 28. Okay, so the correct answer to our first question is 28. Okay, number 2. Ayan. Ano po yung sagot niyo sa number 2? Given, this time, we have a special trapezoid. Isosceles trapezoid, warm again. So, warm kasi sabi ko nga, napaka-warm ng inyong pagtanggap. Salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta. So, welcome po sa ETUlay. Okay, si Sofia, nagsagot din siya. Thank you, Sofia. That's correct. 28. So, tama po kayo. Ni Sir Akihiro at ni hello kay Noriel. So, ano pang sagot ni Noriel? Ayan. Okay, so, tingnan natin sa second drill. So, using now, specifically, yung alinman doon sa tatlong binigay ko na theorem. For isosceles trapezoid, we are asked to find first the length of AM. So, given yung isang diagonal, WR is 21 cm. Tapos, yung WM, okay, the leg, one of the legs is 17 cm. Tapos, distance AE, yun yung kumaga kung saan nag-meet yung dalawang diagonals natin is 6. Okay, so you are first asked to find, muna, AM. So what is your answer? How long is AM? Sa letter A. Ano pong sagot niyo sa letter A? Yan, hinaantay ko po ang mga sagot sa number 2, letter A. So ang nagre-reflect pa rin po dito ay yung sagot ninyo sa letter or number 1. Okay, so for letter A, number 2. Ano po ang length ng AM? Ayan, so nagsagot na agad si Giselle. Dalawa na agad yung sinagot niya. Okay, sabi niya, AM daw is, distance AM is 21. Okay, tama po. Kasi nga, sabi natin, by the last theorem that we just proved a few moments back, these two diagonals, diagonal WR and diagonal AM are congruent. So kung distance WR is 21, it follows distance AM is also 21. How about the measure of arm? So may sagot na rin si Giselle, sabi niya 52 degrees. Okay, ano ang basis natin dyan? Tama po siya. Ang basis naman natin, why we say WMR, same with angle arm is 52. Kasi diba they are base angles of isosceles trapezoid. So let me emphasize again. So ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay isosceles trapezoid. Ayan po. Kaya yan po yung ating reason. Kaya ang sagot sa B, tama po si, so, was that po answered earlier? Giselle. Okay, sabi niya. Okay, so, meron pang mga humahabol ng sagot. Ayan, si Akihiro. Nagsagot din siya sa WR21. Thank you very much. Okay. Ayan. Sa 2B, nagsagot din siya 52. That, actually, yun yung mas tamang way na wala palang division. 52, kasi pag measure daw, yun yung natutunan ko rin. So, kailangan, hindi na siya redundant na lalagyan mo ng degrees. Kasi the measure is already, it stands on its own na degree siya. So, the measure of angle arm is 52. Now, what is the measure, the sum of the measures of WMR, angle WMR, and WAR? Okay. So, ano ang sagot natin sa letter C? So, balikan natin yung ating lesson din kanina lang about opposite angles. So, since WMR, okay, WMR and WAR, no? WAR yung tinatanong, WAR. So, ano yung sagot natin sa letter C? Ang sagot kasi ni Sir Akihiro, ayan, sa 2C ay 180. Si Noriel, ang sagot niya, 104. So, probably dinoble niya yung WMR. Are we saying that WMR and WAR both measures 52? Okay, so, ang tamang sagot po ay binigay ni Sir Akihiro at congratulations, si Giselle na perfect niya. So, number 2, letter C, ang sagot niya ay tama rin, 180. Okay, let's go to the next drill. Last, the same. So this time, medyo lalagyan natin na ng algebra. The legs of diagonals of trapezoid isosceles, or diagonals of isosceles trapezoid 1 are represented by, so yung WR daw is 4x minus 47, and yung sumunod ay 2x plus 31. Now, you're asked to solve for x. Okay, what is the value of x? So, number 3, hintayin ko po uli ang inyong mga kasagutan. Ayan. Sa number 3, mas ika-clarify ko siya by putting some given here. Ayan. So, remember, diagonals WR and AM are diagonals of isosceles trapezoid. So, anong relationship ng diagonals ng isosceles trapezoid? So, respectively, for x minus 47 yung WR, and AM is 2x plus 31. So, how would you find the value of x? So, in this case, ano ang value ng x? Ayan. Ano po ang sagot niyo dyan? Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, ayan. Magsusolve na yung iba siguro. Kasi may algebra din po tayo kahit sa mga susunod nating lesson. So, meron tayong involved na ibang strand or ibang content ng math. No? So we always have this interwoven relationship ng geometry with algebra or geometry with trigonometry. No? So you can see that as early as now sa ating quarter 3, week 3 lesson. So pwede na natin masolve yan. Ano po ang sagot ng ating mga participants? Ayan, basahin natin. Okay, so anong sagot nila? Sabi ni Manny, 39. Okay. So, Tama po sila kasi po, di ba? This is 2x equals 68. Or rather, I stand corrected, 78. No? Pag-add pala. 47 plus 31 is 78. So that's why the answer is x equals 39. Congratulations, Sir Manny at si Noriel. Si Akihiro, of course, the first one to answer correctly. Nalampasan ko lang dito. Ayan. At also, Sophia. Hello, Sophia. Ayan, bumalik na si Sophia. Welcome. Okay, yan. Let's go now to kites. So we have limited time, so proceed tayo sa kites. Ayan. Okay, so ngayon ko lang nung hinahanap ko yung mga picture ng kite, kasi nga ito, with the idea ng kite din, ay sabi ko nga, another debatable, na ang kite daw ay, ang under niya ay rhombus. So ang rhombus daw can be also a kite. So other than a parallelogram, so meron din akong nabasang isang vlog, hindi ko na lang mabigay yung link sa inyo. So sinasabi niya na ang kite ay rhombus. So nagulat din ako, ay pwede rin pala na ang facade ng diamond. So ayan. So kite, sa Tagalog, saranggola. So sana yan yung mga golden moments or mga hindi natin malilimutang moments, diba? Nagpapalibat tayo ng saranggola. So ngayon hindi natin magawa yan, no? Nakakamiss. Okay, so ito ngayon. So speaking of kite, naalala ko yung aming ginagamit na logo. Ayan, di ba? So ayan yung sinabi ko na kite daw. Under ng kite is rhombus. Okay. Ayan, naalala ko tong logo ng sulong edukalidad. So di ba yung ating efforts sa ating LCP, patuloy tayong sumasabay sa hangin. Sinusubukan nating ituloy pa rin ang quality of education with the help of all the stakeholders, lalong-lalo na po ng mga magulang na katulong namin. So maraming salamat po. Naisingit ko lang, ayan, kasi kite. Ayan. Ano ba ang kite? So, mathematically, of course, sa Tagalog, sabi nga, saranggola. Ayan. Si Pepe, saranggola ni Pepe. Okay. So, ano pa ba ang iba nating idea about kite? So, we will be encountering for the first time, so let me give the definition. A kite, kung sa strict definition, so hindi natin susundin yung, sabi ko nga medyo conflict na naman about kung kite ba ay rhombus. Sabi kasi dito, with two distinct pairs of consecutive sides that are congruent. Okay. So, sabi lang, pag kite lang siya, kung two distinct, so yung magka-adjacent na sides, yun ang dapat na congruent, but not all are congruent. So, in its strict definition. Okay. So, to sum it up, ano ngayon yung characteristics? So, hindi na natin kasi mapuprove isa-isa. So, first, diagonals of a kite are perpendicular. Second, it has exactly one pair of opposite congruent angles. Pangatlo, has only one diagonal. So, madali nyo malalaman kung anong diagonal ang magbabisect. Okay. So, halimbawa, dito sa ating kite na ito. So, kung nasaan yung congruent angles, because we have one pair of congruent angles, diba? Opposite angles. Kung nasan yun, okay, so yung endpoints ng nun ang magiging na-bisect. At ang nagbabisect sa kanya, yung isang pang diagonal. So you can easily distinguish kung ano yung magbabisect na diagonal. Okay, so hindi nyo titingnan kung ano yung endpoint nung vertices nung kada vertices nung congruent opposite angles, but yung kabila niya. So, yun yung magiging diagonal na nagbabisect. Okay? Tapos, pang-apat po, has diagonal that bisects each of the non-congruent angles. So, meron din tayong isang diagonal na magbabisect ng non-congruent. So, ito yung tinutukoy natin na nabisect. This, okay, yung top na angle na to, at saka itong sa baba. Let's have a drill again. So, what is the measure of angle Q in this case? Okay, so take note. So medyo challenging agad yung ating first question for kite. So for drill number 1 about kite, given quadrilateral PQRS is a kite, what is the measure of angle Q? So dito, papansinin nyo, yung angle QPS or angle P is different from its opposite angle QRS. So ano ang magiging, what will give us anong conclusion ang maiwan sa atin about angle PQR or angle Q and angle PSR or angle S. Okay. Kasi sabi natin kanina, so balikan natin yung property number 2, has exactly one pair of opposite congruent angles. So yung strictly, yung kite na strictly kite lang, hindi rhombus. Okay. So, yun nga, nandun pa rin ako, I'm still holding on that idea na rhombus is a kind of kite. So kung kite lang talaga siya, there's only one pair of opposite angles that are congruent. Okay? So ano ngayon ang ating magiging sagot sa number 1 for kite? Okay? So ayan, inantay ko po yung sagot nila. So medyo challenging, kaya I'll give you ample time. So ang sagot po ay, ano po? What is the measure of angle Q? You know that this is a quadrilateral. The interior angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, lahat ng angle na yan, angle P, angle Q, angle R, and angle S must sum up to 360 degrees. So if you know that angle P is 110, ito yung opposite niya is 48, how will you find the measure of angle Q? Okay, so ayan, marami na nanonood. So sana nagsusolve din sila. So this is a challenging problem. I understand, kaya it would really take us time. Hello sa mga nanonood. Ayan, may sagot na si Sofia. Sabi niya 55. So are you saying na, tingnan natin ha, kasi remember, angle Q, kung babalikan natin yung property number 2 kanina na diniscuss ko, angle Q is congruent to angle S. Kasi sila yung only one pair of opposite angles that are congruent. So kung 55 to, 55, that's 110. 110 plus 110, that is 220. Plus 48, naku kapos, kasi it's just 220 plus 48 is hindi umabot ng 300. So ibig sabihin, Sophia, mas malaki sa 55 yung sagot. Obvious naman sa figure na it's not acute, no? Parang nagbaboundary siya between obtuse ba siya or... Ayan, si Akihiro nagbigay na rin at si Giselle. Very good. Giselle, Noriel, and Sir Akihiro, your answer is correct. The measure of angle Q, sabi ko nga, natutunan ko yan, dapat measure, dapat daw wala ng degrees, 101. So kung nasa figure, we will say 110 degrees, 48 degrees. But when we give the answer, 101. Okay? Ayan. Let's go to number 2, about kite pa rin. Okay, so sabi ko, yan, di ba isa sa mga properties na binanggit natin, so the same quadrilateral, same letters, P, Q, R, S. Okay, iniba ko lang yung orientation, nandito na yung, yan. So ano ngayon ang IS? How long is IS? So ano bang ginawa ng diagonal PR sa diagonal QS? Okay. So ano sagot niyo sa number 2? Online participants, ayan. Okay, and nakita nyo na yung figure. So, we still have trapezoid, or rather, kite, PQRS, okay, with diagonals PR and QS intersecting at point I. Ang tinatanong, yung hindi natin alam na length, is the length of segment IS. So, what is the answer for number 2 para sa ating drill? Okay, very good, Sir Akihiro, that is correct. IS is equal to 7. Next, let's go to, ayan, assessment na tayo. Ayan. Read and answer each of the following questions accurately. So, since it is a multiple choice type of question in our assessment, so you'll just give me the letter. So, ang sagutin na lang para mas mabilis, A ba, B, C, or D. Okay, let me read the question. To find the length of the mid-segment of a trapezoid at the length of the blank and divide the sum by 2. So, ano yung kinukuha na natin ng arithmetic mean? Is it the legs? Any sides? Is it the bases? Or are they the diagonals? So, ano ang tamang sagot sa number 1? Sabi ni, okay, the first one to answer, Giselle, very good. And also, umabol si Noriel, very good. The correct answer is letter C. Very good po kayo dyan. Next, si Renzo rin. Hi, Renzo. Congratulations, number 1, tama ka na agad. Let's check kung makuha niyo itong number 2. Okay, sa number 2, may solving na involved. So, you have to recall the first theorem that I discussed. The median of a trapezoid measures 20 centimeters. One of the bases measures 12 centimeters. What is the length of the other base? So, medyo tricky siya. Kasi ang binigay this time, yung gitna, yung median, tapos, binigay yung shorter. So, I'm assuming it's the shorter base, no? Kasi, syempre, yung median ay 20. So, this is the shorter base 12. So, ang tinatanong, what is the length of the longer base? Okay. So, kaya ang mga sagot, syempre, mas malaki sa 12. What is the longer base? So, sabi ni, yan, ang bilis nila. Sophia, si Ivy din. Very good, Ivy. So, thank you. Welcome sa ETUlay. Okay, si Noriel, C, very good. Ayan, si Sir Akihiro, si Sophia. Okay. Thank you. So, the correct answer is letter... no, I stand corrected. Ayun. Bakit 32? You would assume na 20. Anong kailangan para maging? Okay. Okay, let me correct na. So, it's good na meron akong answer key dito. So, anong kailangan na length ng isa para maging 40? Kasi diba, 12 plus 32 divided by 2 should give us 20. So, ang tama pong sagot ay 12 plus 30. Ay, oo nga, tama. Mali ang aking addition. Thank you. Let me edit that. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so, yan. Nagkaroon ng confusion. So, the correct answer is, okay, sa ating slide na ito, ayan, opo, ang tamang sagot po yung binigay ng mga online participants natin. Okay, let me correct. Ayan. Ito nga po, 28 plus 12. Yun po yung tamang sagot. Okay. Yan. Thank you very much. So, let's start the slideshow. Again. Okay. Yan po. So, thank you for your correction. Sa akin, nakita ko agad na mali ang aking addition. 12 plus 32 pala is 50 na. So, dapat 40 lang. Okay. Let's go now to our next slide. Okay. Ayan, natama ko na siya. C po yung tamang sagot. Ayan. How about number 3? Although you may have take a peek already. You took a peek already. Sagot natin sa number 3. Ano ang relationship ng legs? So, we are talking of the kung strictly isosceles trapezoid din siya. So, yung non-parallel bases. So, what's the relationship? Obviously, hindi na letter E kasi binanggit ko lang. Definition natin ng legs, they are the non-parallel. Okay, so, B, ma'am. Ayan, sabi ni, sa number 3, B daw. So, parehas tayo, Sir Manny, nagkamali ako ng pag-add. Kasi 12 plus 32, akala ko 40 yun. 12 plus 28 is, okay, so 40. Kaya ang tamang sagot po sa 3 ay, yan, pinakita ko na sa number 2 ay C. Okay, sa number 3, ang sagot ni Sir Akihiro, B. Ayan, maraming sumunod, B. Sino-sino yung nagbili ng tamang sagot? Tingnan natin. Ayan, mahabol pa yung iba, hintayin natin. Ayan, very good po kayong lahat. So, same persons na nakatama kanina. Si Nicole, si Sophia, si Giselle. Si Giselle nakatama din siya ngayon. Si Renzo. At ngayon may nadagdag na si May. Hi, May. So, welcome sa ETUlay. Ayan, tama po kayong lahat. Ang tamang sagot ay congruent. So, our answer here is congruent. Okay, next. Ayan. Hindi na gumagana yung aking pen kasi gamit ko. Okay, anything goes. Ayan po, natagalan, sorry. So, tama po kayo. B, number 4. Ayan, Kite na ngayon. So, ayan. So, binigyan ko ng figure para mayroon kayong, context clues, kumbaga, visual clues rather. So, ano ngayon ang pwede nating makonclude about diagonals of a kite? If it is not, so it's just strictly a kite. A, diagonals are parallel. B, diagonals are congruent. C, diagonals are perpendicular. Or D, diagonals bisect each other. Ang tamang sagot po ay, okay, ano po yung sagot ng ating mga online participants? Sa number 4. Ayan, number 3 pa rin kasi yung sinagot nila. Okay, si Michelle, nag-B rin siya. Congratulations, Michelle, nakahabol ka. So, number 4, ano yung sagot ng Michelle? Ayan, si Sir Akiro may sagot. Sabi niya C. Okay. Si Sir Manny, C. Okay, tingnan natin yung tamang sagot. Ang tamang sagot po ay letter C. Very good po. Diagonals, obviously sa figure, diagonals are not congruent kasi may longer diagonal tayo, taka shorter, diba? But they are perpendicular. Okay, next. Last question for our assessment. Okay, anong sagot niyo dyan? We still have quadrilateral ABCD and it is a kite. What is the perimeter? So if it is, So, ang definition natin, ano ang definition natin ng kite? Two distinct pairs of sides, consecutive sides, are congruent. Two distinct. So, halimbawa, yung AB, congruent siya sa AC, in the same manner, yung sa kabila naman, magkaiba sila with CD at saka AB. So, yun yung natin. Rather, CD at saka BD. Okay? So, ano ngayon ang ating sagot? Okay. For number 5, is it 20, 40 cm, 23 cm, or what? Okay. So, ano po ang sagot ng ating mga online participants? Makalimutan kong i-check. Hindi kasi gumana yung second monitor ko. Ayan. So, ang sagot po ay... Ayan. So, ano po ang sagot nila? Nag-hide pa yung comments. Ayan, may sagot na sa 5. B. Sabi ni Sir Akihiro, B. Okay, tingnan natin. Tama ba? Kasi, are we saying that, anong definition natin ng perimeter? Pag pinag-add mo yung AB, okay, tapos CD and AB, so ang sum dapat ay equal to what? Okay, so perimeter siya. So, pinag-add lang natin around, the sides around the kite. Of course, the answer is correct. Letter B. Very good po kayong mga nakabigay ng tamang sagot. Sino-sino po yan? Bukod kay Sir Akihiro, ayan, ang dami pala. Ivy, si Noriel, si Giselle, si Nicole, si Justin, at saka si May. Congratulations. So, ayan po ang ating last item sa assessment. Okay, so, maraming salamat po. So, up next, we have Sir or Tutor Abhil for Math 10. So, sa susunod po nating lesson, mas exciting. So, I find it more exciting kasi talagang ano na siya, mas maraming application. So, we will be talking about ratio and proportion similarity. So, I hope you will come again and join me in our next tutorial session for week 4, still about geometry. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, sir.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!